Billionaire Clara Morgan was known for her wealth, power, and influence. But behind her grand mansion and business empire was a heart weighed down by grief. Years ago, she had lost her only son, Daniel, in a tragic car accident, and no amount of money could heal that wound. Every month, she visited his grave in silence, leaving fresh white roses and whispering her prayers. One grey afternoon, as the autumn wind rustled the leaves, Clara arrived at the cemetery only to notice a young, black waitress kneeling by Daniel's grave, clutching the hand of a little boy who looked no older than 5. Tears streamed down the woman's face as she softly spoke to the grave, and the sight both startled and intrigued Clara. Hesitantly, Clara approached and asked why she was there. The woman, embarrassed, quickly stood up and apologized, but Clara insisted gently. With trembling lips, the woman explained her story. Years ago, when she was working long shifts at a small cafe, she met Daniel. Unlike others who mocked her for her worn clothes and tired eyes, he always left generous tips and kind words. He once found her crying in the alley behind the cafe, after being evicted from her home, and without hesitation, he gave her money to rent a place and even bought groceries for her and her unborn child. "This little boy," she whispered, pulling the child closer, "is here because of your son. I was pregnant, alone, and hopeless, but Daniel reminded me that kindness exists in the world. He became like a guardian angel when I needed it most." Clara's eyes welled up with tears as she looked at the boy, who smiled shyly and reminded her so much of her late son's innocence. The realization pierced her heart. Daniel had silently changed lives while she had been too busy with her empire to notice the depth of his compassion. Clara embraced the waitress, her grief mixing with a strange warmth she had not felt in years. She promised to support the woman and her child, not out of pity, but because Daniel's spirit lived on through them. For the first time since his passing, Clara felt her son's presence, not in sorrow but in legacy. She realized that true wealth wasn't in billions but in the lives touched with love and kindness. As she left the grave that day, holding the child's small hand, Clara whispered to her son, "You are gone, but your heart still beats in others." And with that, she walked away not just as a billionaire,